Guess what day it is?
Roof Rack Day!
Let's get it. It is a hot, might as well be summer day in Florida. Thank you, March. So we have migrated, we have moved, and now we are in the shade, the glorious shade. Ah. So we've already gotten one of the roof rack feet on. Next goes 2 and 3, and then we're like this far through it.
I had Mary put the bolts and the washers and the nuts together. That way they were just ready. I can just take them apart, make sure we got the right hardware, and then it just goes in. And there's a square piece, if you can see that on there, and it goes into the hole there, so when you're tightening it, it holds it. So you only need 1 wrench, not 2. Slides on there. Take your foot. We already got the foam on there. This doesn't come with it. This is what we added. This piece comes with it. You're technically supposed to put an adhesive on here, but we're right now making it so that it does come apart just in case, but it should be fine regardless, we think, at least. Our other rack never used any type of adhesive, so we don't feel like this one that needs it. Yeah, that rack's been on for 2 years. It wasn't a Fiamma, but not looking at it. Once the bolt comes through, that's not going anywhere. So I don't know why it needs the adhesive. It's already got locking nuts. I don't know. Yes, follow Fiamma's direction, but in my humble opinion, you're good.
Okay, so we are assembling the rails today, and we'll probably get them installed like, wait, did you say tomorrow?
Yeah, first thing in the morning.
Okay, but something that we noticed was that there's like this little groove channel in it, and it actually faces upward, not downward. So we got to thinking, we don't have to buy U-bolts or any sort of secondary hardware to install our solar panels. We can just put the bolts right in this track, okay? So we're only gonna do the screw on one side and leave the other one open just for now until we get those 275 watt panels up there. It's gonna give us so much sun. I'm so excited. That's it, wrapped up for the day. Got our posts here. We've pre-assembled some of our hardware little bits, so we just have to put them in place tomorrow. And then we are ready to roll. Get this going. Start her up. Yeah. We shouldn't leave the ladder there. Hey Kyle.
What?
We forgot something. It's tall, it's a standy-uppy thing, and it's leaned on our van. Oops. You see in the mirror?
Yeah.
Probably would have seen it before we go.
Yeah.
Probably. It's been a long day. So we're gonna get that put away, and then we'll be done. So yesterday when we were filming, we mentioned that we found this groove channel, which we learned is a T channel or T track. There are T-bolts that fit in here, but they are very hard to find and expensive online. So we got these carriage bolts with, what would you say, like a nut on the end? What would you call that? Square?
It's called a locker.
It's a locker on the end. And we ended up grinding them down a little bit with, what tool did you use? A tool his dad had. So that way they can now slide into these channels and we'll be able to space them out and use them to hold our solar panels. So we're threading them on here first, and then that way when we actually put these up on the roof rack, we don't have to have the solar panels installed yet, because you're not supposed to activate those unless you have a battery hooked up. And as you can see, we have no electrical going yet. So pretty excited about that. Took a little bit of extra work, but we really don't have the time frame to be waiting for T-bolts to be shipped. So this was a very viable solution. Woohoo!
There you can see the difference. That's the ground side, non-ground, ground, non-ground. We had to grind them so that they would fit on there.
Woohoo! Coming along. That was, I mean, how would you describe that level of wind noise?
It's like a howler monkey.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so turns out, as you saw in the title, we installed our Fiamma awning backwards on purpose. Turns out there's a purpose to having it forward. It's not an option for us. The only way to make our AC unit fit is to where we want it, is to install the rack backwards. We think we have an idea, but we're not going to be able to try it until next week. So,
and we're not sure if anybody's ever done this. So.
No, haven't found any videos on it. So yeah, you know, just diving into new waters here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you've built a van before does not mean the second time is going to be easy.
Yeah.
All right. This is the moment of truth. We're gonna test our theory, see if it works. You ready?
We'll see.
Okay, so the plan is that we are going to be taking those triangular points off the back because they do nothing back there.
Actually, technically off the front. Facing the back.
Off the front that's on the back. You get what I mean. We're gonna be taking those triangular points off. We're gonna put them where they belong in the front. But instead of taking that back rail and putting it in the back where it's supposed to go, we're gonna remove it entirely. If we were to put it in place, our AC unit wouldn't fit. which would be a deal breaker for us. So we've analyzed it, we've determined it is not structurally like really essential for us. We're not putting a deck, we're not putting anything heavy, we're not storing kayaks, we just are gonna have 2 solar panels up there. So we're going to just move those triangular points and see if it helps our wind noise. If it does, we've already contacted Fiamma and we can buy 2 more of those triangular points for the back, make it look nice and pretty. So, moment of truth, let's do this. Moment of truth. Let's go for a ride. Just like a little bird.
Yeah.
A little tiny bird.
I can deal with that.
You sound like a little tiny happy bird. Yay! All right. So, I'd say it's fixed, right?
It's as if they designed it properly.
All right. Lesson learned, kids. Install it the right way or you're gonna have some problems. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since our roof rack install. We wanted to take some time and kind of, test drive it around, make sure we like the sound, and what do you think?
Sounds pretty good. It's a little loud, but
To explain it before, it was like being on the inside of a drum. It was like a very low, like decibel reverberation type of thing.
Yeah.
Enough to like give you a headache. And we couldn't drown it out with the radio. Now it's more of like a tiny, high-pitched whistle.
yeah.
You can cover it with the radio, or honestly, we'll just get used to it and ignore it. So I consider this a successful install.
Job well done.
Woohoo! Job done enough. So as you can see, we've done a few things in here since then. You're gonna have to tune into our next videos to find out what we did. So hope to see you soon.